A vision of the future Portal Bridge released last year by Amtrak and New Jersey Transit. Sleek, modern, high-level, no moving parts. The preliminary design phase cost $31 million. Total cost when finished? $1.6 billion. This is what the Portal Bridge looks like today. According to Amtrak, about 450 trains per day cross the Hackensack River between Kearny and Secaucus, traveling the northeast corridor between Newark and Penn Station in Manhattan. With 23 feet of clearance from the water, the bridge, built in 1910, swings open for maritime traffic. It takes 20 minutes. The new bridge would increase the clearance to 300 feet. According to the Gateway Program Development Corporation, speeds over the bridge are restricted to 60 miles per hour, which cause more delays. Gateway also asserts that between 2014 and 2018, Portal Bridge openings caused delays on 230 days. Assuming there was full funding, Amtrak says it would take 5 years to construct. And the cost? Projections beyond the bridge are $11.1 billion for a new Hudson River tunnel and $1.6 billion to rehabilitate the existing tunnel. New Jersey's leadership say replacing the Portal Bridge is urgent. Governor Phil Murphy, state legislators, members of the congressional delegation, and officials held a press conference at Secaucus Junction calling on the federal government to approve and to fund the project.
We need a full-fledged partner in the federal government.
New Jersey is ready to get started on America's next great infrastructure project. But we can't do that until the Trump administration stops its delays, removes its artificial roadblocks, and lets us get to work on finally replacing the Portal Bridge. We can get to work replacing this bulky old bridge the moment the Trump administration steps up with the green light to do so. It's shovel-ready, fully designed and permitted.
It's too important to the economy of this country to let this bridge fail. And just so you know, I know a little bit about bridges, being an iron worker. I think we got our money's worth out of this bridge.
We don't really understand, frankly, why President Trump is not pushing forward with this.
While shots were fired at the president, a Federal Transit Administration spokesman shot back, issuing this statement, quote, "The Portal Bridge project has multiple steps remaining before advancing in FTA's Capital Investment Grants program, including overcoming several steps required under New Jersey law. New Jersey Transit, the project sponsor, is on track to have the Portal North project re-reviewed this fall. The sponsor has made strides in meeting the requirements as enumerated in law. Once the project meets the requirements for advancement into engineering, prior to it being considered for a construction grant award, NJT must meet the requirements placed on all CIG project sponsors, including completing all critical third-party agreements, including with Amtrak, developing a firm and final cost, scope, and schedule, and demonstrating it has the financial capacity to fund unexpected cost increases or funding shortfalls. These remaining issues have been clearly communicated to NJT and New Jersey officials multiple times for several years." End quote. Earlier at the press conference, I asked how officials arrived at the projected cost, why that cost is estimated, and why it will take 5 years.
The amount I think Kevin mentioned is I had it at 1.6, he said 1.8, but that includes contingencies. And I think the realistic number is in that 1.5, 1.6 range. I'll let you guys address the timing.
Coming from the contracting, the A&E community before this job, I expected to be a heck of a lot less. I'm looking at a few of my colleagues over there in the industry. But there's a formula that you apply, and I can offline go through that, of how they do a risk assessment with the FTA. I agree with the governor, it's a 1.5, 1.6. But depending on how you meet the different ratings at the FTA, rather than argue the case, we went with their risk numbers, so that put the total up, but we have the funding to cover that.
In the meantime, the Portal Bridge will continue to operate well into its second century. Reporting from Secaucus, Cesar Darius.